Okay, we are now recording, people. Can we make sure the language is a nice tone today? Because this is going to be on YouTube, so we don't want to get no demonetization or anything like that. Today, what I'm going to be doing, guys and girls, is breaking down the simplicity of the Neo indicator on TradingView. This is going to be the easiest strategy you've ever traded in your life before, if you do trade it, or the easiest strategy you've ever watched on YouTube. I kid you not, guys and girls, this works with absolutely everything and anything. And you will see this process going forward in the next YouTube videos that I actually do create, where I will be breaking down even other trader strategies, but implementing Neo, the indicator on TradingView as well, and see how fantastic it is. I think the most important thing that we need to start with in this Zoom call is what we see right in front of us here. So because Neo works on a indication of finding out where highs and lows are in the market, what I've done is I've set up a grade of trade setups for you. And really the grades, they are supposed to help you with the most strength that a pair can do. But more than that, listen to what I'm saying here, more than that, it's more the different variations of just what can happen in a dashboard in order for you to take buys or sells in the market when you're looking at TradingView and the Neo layout in a chart. So yes, what we do have here is what I want people to pay attention to is I'm using 4 time frames, and that is a very specific thing. I've noticed when 4 time frames come together, one after the other, then you start to see an initial setup of your trade entry beginning to appear, or it has appeared at the time. And what we can see here is I have the monthly, the weekly, the daily, and the 4-hour. Some people are confusing this for themselves, which they don't need to do, which is I'm using those 4 time frames because those are basically swing setups that I'm looking at, which helps me out a lot because I like to swing trade because of my lifestyle and other things I have to do. Now, even if you wanted to scalp with this, yes, you can scalp with it. So if somebody asks in the questions and you're still here, and if they ask, can you scalp with Neo? And please, people, just tell them, yes, you can scalp with Neo. You can change the monthly and the weekly to whatever time frames you want. And here are some time frames that specifically I've liked. Give me a second. Boom, boom, boom. To say for these are time frames I'm looking at for day and scalp trades. Should be here. Boom, boom. I gave this information to one of the students. This is the VIP chat that you get when you also pick up Neo. If you'd like to purchase Neo as well, it's 50 GBP a month, 400 GBP for the year, and 600 GBP for lifetime access. There's 23 more slots left for that, and you can pay 300 GBP each, 1 month after the other. If you'd like to get that, again, there's only 23 slots for lifetime access. This is a very powerful indicator, and you'll see why it's not your ordinary indicator. So here we can see this is the setup we have here for the swing trade. So this is what I'm trading. Now, if you're day trading, you can trade these time frames, the weekly, the daily, the 4-hour, 1 hour. And if you're scalp trading, you can use the daily, the 4-hour, the 1 hour, the 30-minute. You can change these time frames however you want, but you obviously always want it to go from a higher time frame to whatever your lowest entry time frame is. So if you're swing trading, your entry time frame would be the 4-hour. If you're day trading, your entry time frame would be the 1 hour. And if you're scalp trading, your entry time frame would be the 30-minute. That is a general basic idea of how you can use it, and it still works perfectly. You can change those time frames to whatever you want, but just make sure it's always going from the highest to the lowest. And the lowest being obviously your entry time frame. So I just wanted people to understand that, because I always get this question: can you day trade? Can you scalp? Can you trade this? Can you trade that? Yes, you can. You just have to adjust what I'm going to be explaining in this Zoom call to you. Okay, so let's just switch this around a little bit, and we're going to go into, let's go back to where we was, sorry, quickly. Boom, boom, boom. You can see how much information I'm breaking down for all the videos. There's even an explainer video in the VIPs, which one of the members helped me do quickly. And that video there actually explains how to get the chart layout as well on your computer. But, you know, I've also made another video as well at the same time that shows you how to do that. So I just want to get back here. Boom. Okay, so these are the different grades of trades, like I've said, and this is what you'll be seeing basically on the market on Neo. And this is going to be able to help you identify when a trade setup is ready, literally for yourself. Doesn't matter, again, what time frames you're trading, as long as it's 4 of them. And this is what we're going to be seeing when we head over to TradingView, just so people are aware. Again, this is already in the VIP chat pinned to the top. as you can see. So when you purchase Neo, you get this VIP, you get access to this VIP group as well, where you can also talk to myself, other traders as well that use Neo, and people that are in here. They can see how crazy I go with the typing. Sometimes I will type for like 2 hours, updates on information towards what you should be looking at in the market, or even if I'm doing updates to Neo, I'll post it in here as well. You're also going to get this swing trade, the day scalp trading group, which can also be swing trades in there as well. You can see currently in the last 2 weeks, we're running up to what we saw here. These are all the trades that were taken, trying to make it as detailed as possible. I'm going to probably put the grade of trades in there as well after. So let's just see. Yeah, so boom. So this is what we can see. So we can see that we've had our PIP counter from the 10th of November. This is when I started up the signals using Neo and TradingView. You can see how far we're going. And we are getting down here like this. Boom, 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 boom. And we get to here. And so far, this week we had 190 pips, but with last week and this week altogether, we had 665 pips. That was what you was able to take. So give or take that, you would have definitely been profitable this week if you traded the signals, and last week as well. Okay, cool. So let's move forward. So that's what you also get when you do purchase Neo. If you want to purchase Neo, the links will be in the description below of this video, and you can just message me on Telegram or Discord, and I'll be able to help you with the purchasing. All right, so with all of that out of the way, let's get over to, let's get over to our TradingView setup. Okay, let me share the screen. Okay, so let me know if you can see TradingView at the moment. Please let me know. Okay, great. Give me 1 second. Great, great, great. Okay, okay. So absolutely fantastic. So now what we can see over here, if I just press the exit button, to do that, there we go. This is a different screen layout. So for my last YouTube video, we had this screen layout here, which is this one, and you had all the dashboards here. So like this, which is exactly the same. You've got your monthly time frame here, your weekly, your daily, and your 4 hour. I like to call this the medium level of trader that's been with me. You can use it like this. So you've got a bit more of a cleaner or clearer chart, and you've only got like your entry time frame, and then you've got the dashboards in these other slots over here, these other split screens. But then again, for beginners, which this Zoom call is going to be based on, you go to this one here, the first of the four, and now we've got the chart split into four. Now, why I think this might be better for traders at this point is because now you can actually see the candles, the candles at the same time as reading the dashboard. Maybe the dashboard was a bit of information overload for some traders or something like that, but now you can actually see the dashboard at the same time. And this is very, very simple, people. I want you to pay attention to this process. So we can obviously see GBP CAD sold this week, and we actually had an entry from GBP CAD from last week, Tuesday or Wednesday, which was a massive trade. This was our trade here. Boom, boom, boom. So this was our trade here. So it was a 6.26 trade using Neo. Wasn't hard at all to get this set up. And now what I'm going to do is show you how you would have even been able to catch the continuation of this trade going into this week ahead here as well. Bear with me, someone should ask something, I believe. Yes, you can get the medium version of TradingView, so you can get the middle one or you can get the highest one. Like I've told many people before, I always say this: if you're trying to make, you know, 2, 3, 4, 5,000 a month from trading, buy the highest version of TradingView. You know, $70 or $80, whatever it's valued up in, as a discount at the moment, compared to what you're trying to make from trading. It's a business sunk cost. You have to see it that way. It's just the way it goes. That's what I always try and tell people. Like, what are we trying to do here? We're trying to make thousands of dollars with what? A £50 investment. maybe another 100 or 200 in your account. So let's say 250 and you're trying to make $2,000-3,000 a month. It's kind of crazy when you think about it. That's a mad return on investment. So it's basically worth the investment is what I'm trying to tell you, as long as you obviously have what you can use to make money. And this is going to help you. I kid you not. If I'm lying, get it yourself, put the effort in, you'll see exactly what I'm saying. I don't even need to gloat about this. It's just, it does what it does. So let's just head over to this now. Let's go back here. So now what you can see with these 4 time frames, I want everybody to have a visual representation of what I'm trying to say here. Imagine these 4 time frames. Sorry, let me just close Telegram because if it starts going crazy, it's going to start beeping every 2 seconds for me, as you can see. I don't know if you can hear that. There we go. Now what you can see over here, yeah. Sorry. Now what you can see over here is we're going to start from the monthly time frame. So the monthly time frame created a high on Neo. Okay, that's great. So that means sell. I said it in the last Zoom call as well. M1, yeah, high. Let's do it this way. M1 high or M2. That basically is just telling you a high has been formed in the market. Look for sell opportunities. W1 low or W2 is just telling you that a low has been formed in the market and look for buy opportunities. Of course, W2 is going to be your strongest buy, but it doesn't obviously always mean that, because if a W2 appears in a downtrend, it might not be strong because it's in a downtrend, but it should be your strongest buy if it appears in an uptrend. Do you understand? Now, you don't need to know that logic in order to trade what I'm going to say to you, but I'm just trying to tell you that all of these labels mean buy or sell. In theory, yeah, they literally mean that. So you don't need to overcomplicate that. Like, oh, but it's a W2 and this is and that. And no, just keep it simple. Yeah, just keep it simple. So now here we can see, again, think of this like gears in a car. So when you're in an automatic vehicle, you have to go from gear 1 to gear 2, to gear 3, to gear 4, to gear 5, and so on. But obviously we only got 4 gears here because we've got 4 time frames, okay? Now what we're going to do, we see this high was formed here, and we want to know the month that we're actually in right now. Yeah, okay, so we just literally put a vertical line there. And you can see this says Friday, the 1st of November. Yeah, so, okay, that's cool for us. Now, for us to see the current week we're in here, we are obviously in this week here. This is the week that just closed. So when this week was starting, this is what we was looking for here. And it doesn't even matter because obviously this candle wouldn't have opened. Let's just say it's from the market week now. This candle wouldn't have opened. It would have been this close here. So you can even just put this here, boom, yeah, right here. Because again, this week that traded and sold for a continuation, it was not there on the Monday. Simple as that, it just wasn't there, okay? So we literally put our vertical line from the last week here. So you can see already, look at this gear 1 to gear 2. Friday, the 1st of November. Monday, the 11th of November. Now, let's just pay attention to what we see here. We see that there was a high in the monthly time frame last. In the weekly time frame, there was an M1. So that's obviously telling us a sell as well. Remember, we've got the variations and the grades that I've written out for you to know what grade of trade you're getting for a buy or sell. Okay, now let's go over to where this one was here, so where this started from. Remember, my crosshair is following every single chart and table here. You can see it moves on all 4 of them, okay? So here, boom. So this is Monday the 11th over here. So great. So what we're going to do is just move forward, move forward, move forward. And then here, right over here on Friday, we can see on the 15th, there was a high on the daily time frame as well. So what we're going to do, we're going to put a vertical line there. So you can see straight away, we've got Friday, the 1st of November, that's gear 1. Monday, the 11th of November, that's gear 2. Friday, the 15th of November, that is now gear 3 in the market right there, you see? And now we're going to go over to our 4-hour time frame. So let me just hide this. So it stays there, but it's gone. Okay, let's put this. No. Okay, so if it's Friday the 15th, what are we looking for here? We're looking for a setup. So let's just make this chart bigger for a second, okay? Because the 4-hour time frame, obviously candles would be smaller. Okay, so Friday with the 15th was gear 3. So we want anything after Friday the 15th. And like I've done on the grades of trades, it tells you if you're looking for a 4-hour entry for a sell, you want If it's a grade E trade, you can trade at M1 or at M2 for an entry. When the candle closes, that's when these labels will appear, okay? So obviously the 15th was, where is it? Sorry, let's just make sure got the dates right. Yep, Friday the 15th. So anything after. So it would be from Monday the 18th because obviously Friday closed and we wouldn't have been able to look for an entry until Monday the 18th. Okay. So boom. So from Monday the 18th, where is that here? So Monday the 18th market open was right here. Where is it? It was here. Okay. And you can see you can see straight away, people. I don't even have to make this up. What do you see over here for gear 4? What do you see for gear 4, people? What is this label? Please put it in the comments, in the chat, please. What do you see? What do you see right there? What is that label? Right there. Can you see how ridiculous this is, people, right now? Do you understand? How hard what I just did for you to find this trade setup this week, how hard was that? Because I couldn't have been explaining this bit of trading for you without any teaching parts, just looking at the trading. That literally took me 5 minutes to know that when this gets there, that is it. Even if you miss that entry, if every other time frame lines up as well in the same order, it has to be gear 1, gear 2, gear 3, gear 4. As long as your gear 4 is transitioning through the gears properly from the monthly to the 4-hour chart, your M1 or your M2 entry, remember they're different grades. Grade D, which is a better trade, which it should be, is an M2 or W2, obviously if you're buying. Yeah, obviously we're selling for this trade because it's all been on sales, yeah, on the dashboard, the Neo. Yeah, that's the table in the top right. So you had an entry. Look, you had 3 technically. If it matched up on all of the other time frames, you had an entry here. You had another entry you could have added here. Oops, right here. You had another entry you could have added here. And look how all of them pretty much gave you a decent enough trade. Only this one is the one that pulled back a little bit. Obviously, it sold down a bit. But only if you had this one, you would have been in just a little bit of drawdown and then boom. But this one here, you was in no drawdown at all. You could have had 3 entries. This is why I try and explain to people, open your mind when you're trading this. Even if you were scalping just this one pair, using even the higher time frames, you would have made money. How much was this here? Let's check. So this was a, let's just say from to this low here, because this was the last low. This was a 70 pip trade with a like a 25 pip stop loss. So let's say it was about a 1 to 3 hour trade there. Boom. That was on the Monday market open. Then there was this one here that would have either stopped you out, depending where you put your stop loss. If you put it just about here, of course you would have been stopped out. If you put your stop loss at a next level of structure, which was a 72 pip stop loss, and then you had it all the way down here. Can't see where the next low is on the left. It is over there, obviously, but we just don't want to have to start rewinding and going back to where the last low was over there. You see, this is a 200 pip trade. So you either would have got stopped out if you had a super tight stop loss. Yeah, you would have got stopped out, but you only had a 13 pip stop loss, people. So that makes sense. But if you put your stop loss up here, you'd have a 73 pip stop loss, and this was like a 1 to 3, almost 1 to 4 trade as well. Do you understand? Just from there. And even if you got stopped out on this one, that's fine because your next entry here, where you did keep the stop loss just above the candle, you had, let's say, a 20 pip stop loss and a 100 pip trade. So you made how much? You made 1 to 3, lost 1, and made a 1 to 5 on the setup. Now, I'm just going to stop there for a second and say, is there any questions on anybody finding this difficult right now from what I've said? And if there's any questions, let me go over it, literally. But that is as easy and as simple as it is. I kid you not, people. There is nothing else you have to do to make this very hard. Pay attention to it again, people, so I can go over it. Remember, I've already written out the grades of trades. I'm even going to do this for you here, just so you can see that I'm not waffling. Okay. Now, all my time frames, you want all your replays to be synced, go to the replay button, and here on the right, make sure it's clicked on all charts. Not single, all charts, and then all your replays will be together. We go over here. I need to do that now. Hold on a second, because that's gonna. For some reason, my candles are moving really slow when I hit replay. I've got to fix that one. Boom. Okay. Okay, just to show you. M2, yeah, the M2 here. Okay, now this is this one here, my bad. Until we go to that one there. There you go. Look, so if I'm lying, I'm flying, people. Let's just maximize this chart again so everyone can see it bigger. Let me see the question panel first quickly. I'm going to definitely do the process on another pair. Definitely. I've shown you all the pairs this week that came up. You'll see. So now you can see straight away, look, if I'm lying, I'm flying. Monthly time frame, we've got sell indication, which is high. Weekly time frame, we've got sell indication, yeah, which is M1. Daily time frame, we've got sell indication, which is high. And on the 4-hour chart, what did we have right over here? We had a indication for a sell on the M2 right here. This is the live market would have shown you like this. So obviously I'm back testing it now, but this is the live market. And this isn't a lie, people, because these are trades I'm giving out as signals. This is when people have actually sat down and understood it, how I'm explaining to you right now. These are the same people that are making profits saying, mate, I've had an all blue week. Do you understand? Again, you can lose a trade, of course you can, but you're gonna, I would never be a person. If you've seen my Zoom calls before, I would always tell you, nah, I can't guarantee that it's trading. I am so confident in this product. I will tell you clear as day, I can guarantee if you follow what I just said in this Zoom call, you will start making money. It's not possible because the market shifts in highs and lows. And when it shifts in the right highs and lows, that's what I'm showing you. This is how you're going to make money. So right there, you can see I went back in time to the replay and the same one, everything came up as a sell. That's all you had to do is sell. And then boom, obviously if you sold, we all know what happens next. Price action sold. You understand? Boom. So let's go here. So yes, it's not in so potential of free trades in this pair. Yeah, so there was a potential of free trades in this one pair. This was one pair. Last night or early hours of the morning for me, I was going over something with Book as well and breaking it down. And yes, a lot of the times what I'm noticing there's about 3 trade setups in a week that works on any one pair. That's not a guarantee, that one, but that's what tends to happen. So any one pair, you can even just trade it. And that's why I said, even if you were scalping, you could have still traded using the monthly, the weekly, the daily, and the 4-hour. This is why I'm like, it's confusing because I feel like people have this fear that my stop loss is always going to be huge, but not every single time it's going to have to be. Do you understand? But again, even if you want to go lower, yes, you can. What I've just shown you here, you can do on every time frame. So pay attention to this again, people. I want it to be clear as day for you. Gear 1 was the 1st of November. So you do not put your on the monthly or the highest time frame. Don't put it on the sticker here. You want to put it on, well, especially the monthly, because it's a whole monthly candle. You just want to put it on the sticker that starts the new month. Yeah. If you change that to the daily, it might be a little bit different because obviously it's only one day. So it's a bit easier to put it on the sticker or not to find your gears in the car. Yeah. Your gears is running. But because if I put it here, it tells me that this happened. Even it doesn't matter because it still happened in the past. It's still gear 1 because it happened in October. Sorry, let me move this out of the way. It happened in October the 1st. So November the 11th is obviously still way ahead. So we're still gear 1, gear 2. You understand what I mean? It doesn't really make a difference. But I just like it to do this because then I know the month I'm going into, am I seeing the gears flowing for me to take a trade setup? You understand? So boom, we got gear 1. On the 11th of November, we had gear 2. Yeah, even if I moved it over here, boom, you see it's still the 4th of November, still gear 1, gear 2. Yeah. But boom, let's put it here because obviously this was the week that last closed. That's why I put it there. So we have gear 2. When we come over to the daily time frame, after gear 2, remember that's the 11th of November. When did we get high on the daily? We got a high here. So boom, even if I wanted to shift this over one, boom, here. But this is why I said don't do that because on the daily, because obviously the entry was on the same day. And really, you did get a notification of this high forming on that actual day here, which was the 15th. Do you understand? So this is why I put it there like that. So you've got gear 1, gear 2, notice, boom, gear 1, gear 2, gear 3, and then here is gear 4. So let's get rid of this so don't confuse anyone. And here's gear 4. Is every single time and day going one after the other in a nice 1 to 4 gears kind of ratio? Is that what, can you see that? Do you get that, people? I want everyone to understand. Do you understand what I'm saying to you there? It's funny. I'm hoping some people are dropping off this Zoom call because they literally have to go to bed or something. Because they're dropping off because they think this don't work. I am going to be laughing when they're seeing people starting trading for like 1 week making money. They will message me back. So if you do watch the Zoom after and you thought, yeah, this makes no sense or something, I'm going to laugh my ass off. And I'm telling you that straight away. You're just lazy. I'm just going to tell you, you're just lazy. So yeah, go ahead. Sorry, in the comments. Boom, boom, boom. So I only want the excuse for people not coming to the Zoom right now if they were on it is because they literally were going to bed. But if not, boy, you think I'm not tired? I'm tired. I'm really tired, but I'm still here, making sure everyone gets this work. I have to say these things because I'm tired of lazy people. 100%. So, what was I going to say? I know the Zoom's needed. It's mainly for the VIPs, that's why, but of course I would like the public to be able to see it as well. So again, there you go, you can see it. All right, let's go to another pair anyway. Yeah. So we can see the same process. Okay. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, let's see here. So what I do to make this process easier for me is I always look at my two highest time frames first. If they don't match, I'm not interested straight away because gear one and gear two are not even matching. So why am I looking at the pair? Do you understand? If gear one and gear two is matching, then I go over to check what gear three is saying, and then I go over. So then if gear one and gear two is matching, great. And then I go to check gear three, and then I go to check gear four. So that's time frame one, time frame two, time frame three, and time frame four. If the both two time frames, one and two, are not matching, I move on. I don't care about the pair. So right now this is matching. So I'll look at this, okay? Now I would look for what next. Let's mark this out. So we've got Friday the 1st of November here. We've got an M1 that closed right here in the weekly chart the week before on Monday the 11th. Whether I put it here or here, it doesn't really matter. But let's just put it there, yeah? Monday the 11th, okay? Now when we go over here, now let's go over to the daily chart. So what is it, Monday the 11th? And when was the high that happened here? Monday the 11th. Boom. And the next high happened here on Friday, the 15th, okay? And then on the 4-hour chart, boom, here we go. Here's an entry right here, okay? So if we do this, again, how many pips was this? Here. We would have got in on the closure of this candle. Pardon me, stop loss was here. So you had about you had a 12 pip stop loss, or if you put it above because you can see there's a high here. If you put it above this candle, you'd have like about 15 pip stop loss for I call this trade as well, small trade, nothing big. I call it nothing big at all, but I call it. But look, just to show if it works, and it works. So here was an 80 pip trade. So let's say you had a 20 pip stop loss for an 80 pip trade. That was a 1 to 4 R. It's exactly the same thing, people. This is another pair I've just shown you straight away. And again, if you do this as well, just to show people, so they're not confused, we start from here, go to my 4-hour chart, yeah, on the replay mode. I just press the replay button once. And what do we see here? M2 on the 4-hour, high on the daily, M1 on the monthly, M1 on the weekly. Everything's told you to sell. Who's going to show you a strategy that's this simple? Please, please, please show me someone that's going to show you a strategy that's this simple. This is at least 80%, if not 90% of the strategy and how simple it is. It's what the problem people have probably been having with trading a lot is that they're not realizing, I said it before, that when you're trading one time frame, the other time frame could be doing the opposite, literally. And this one doesn't only show you the opposite, it shows you when the structure is getting to its point where it's going to do its breakout for its sell or its breakout for its buy. So if you're getting the breakout for the buy or the sell on your entry time frame and the other time frames are in the right trend as you're obviously going to get some type of pips. That's all we're after in this game, some type of pips. And that's what we get with Neo. You understand? A lot of people did find it more complicated, but I think it's because now you can see the candles and I'm explaining it to you with the gears, gear one, gear two, gear three, gear four. So we just need the weekly, monthly matching. Then we are looking for an entry. So why do you think we're looking for an entry on the daily? Please explain that to me. 'Cause I never said that once in this Zoom call. So that's why I want to know why you've picked up. You said we're looking for a entry on the daily and the 4-hour M2. Unless it's a typo, why would you say daily? So I haven't said that once, an entry on the daily. Yeah, I think it's like these things. If you thought I've said that, it's like these things that confuse people when I talk sometimes. So I never said that once. Do you get it? I've only ever said enter on the 4-hour or enter on your lowest time frame in this whole Zoom call. So if it's a misunderstanding, fair enough. But that's what I said, it's these things here that have gotten certain users not following up how to use Neo. Do you understand? And then I'll be real with you. What happens, what I see a lot with anything really, look how simple this is. And then people will look at it when I'm doing it, like to say, oh, I'm just doing it maybe because I'm trying to show false information or it's not right or it doesn't work, but it's not. It's again, it's like simple things I might be saying, but people are not paying attention to it or they're mixing, they're complicating it. Do you get what I mean? Yeah, that's literally it. You're just checking the daily. Gear 1, gear 2, gear 3, and only on gear 4 you need to enter. Only on gear 4, which is time. You got time frame 1, time frame 2, time frame 3. Only time frame 4 do you enter, and you only enter if the pattern makes sense. Do you understand? Most times the pattern won't make sense. So this is why I showed you the time things here. I told you it's very important that I can't explain enough to you. No matter what you trade, if you pay attention to what I've said to you with the date and time, why I put the vertical line there, you're going to start winning a hell of a lot more. Because think about it, they unlock the monthly time frame, they unlock the weekly time frame after, they unlock the daily time frame after that. So what are they going to do when it comes to your entry on the 4-hour chart? What are they going to do? What are they going to do, people? If they're unlocking everything, it's like dams in a waterfall. You know, like when a dam, they open up the dam and it goes from one place to another place to another, and then eventually they let the water flow. That's what I'm trying to explain to you. It's that simple. When you just understand that concept, it doesn't matter what 4 time frames you use, people. It doesn't matter. If they're doing that pattern from the highest to the second highest to the middle one to the lowest, one after the other, you're fine. And that's why it's great, because if you try to do this naked trading, so no indicators on your chart, it might be very hard for you to spot this. But Neo is automatically spotting this for you. So all you have to do is just patiently wait and strike. I guarantee you, if that setup comes 3 times in a week, there is no way you're going to lose all 3 of your trades. It's not possible. It's just not possible, because there's a flow to the market. They have to shift the market in its flow. They're not just going to go one way, then flip it the other way, then go the whole other way. They're not going to do that. Do you understand? Literally, they have to go and grab some liquidity somewhere before they turn it back round. They can't just enter the candle and it will just go the wrong way straight away. And then the next time it's going to do the same thing. And then the next time it won't do that. Out of those 3 events, 1 or 2 of the times, if not at least 2, I'd say more close to 2, they're going to have to push it following that flow that I'm talking about. Gear 1, gear 2, gear 3, gear 4. They're not going to just every single time go from gear 1 to 3, gear 4 to 2. This doesn't work like that, people. It don't. I'm telling you. Okay, so anybody else got any other questions? You can see straight away that was GBP there. You can see this is GBP USD as well. So we're on a high here on the monthly. We're on a, let's just do it again so you can see the gears. 1st of November. This one here, this is why I haven't traded GU. This is when we get to the next part of Neo, when you know how to avoid certain pairs or lower your risk. This is why Neo is crazy, people. I haven't even got into the trend candles as well. You understand? But I wanted to make the easy strategy for you so you can all understand it. Yeah, just understand it simple. That is, you can see just from learning the M's and W's on Neo alone, you can already make money, people. Can you see? Now to make it even better for you for certain things, and even if so, it doesn't matter sometimes, because GU is going to show you that you can be cautious, but the market will still do what it wants to do. Yeah, I just want people to understand that. Let me just see the message that was left here. Will you eventually filter all the time frames on onces? You can't do that, people. This is what I try to tell you. I love it. People's minds think of that and they want to make it easy. TradingView is limited to the code you can have. If I could just do that, I would have just done that. I don't want to make it, and I respect what you're saying, Kwame. I respect it. But really and truly, I'm going to be absolutely honest with you, and I say this so much respect. It's just laziness, bro. I'm sorry if you are a guy, I hope you are a guy, but it's just laziness. It's laziness. Like you telling me you can't wake up and look to see if any of these say W or M or high or low. Like, let's be real. Let's just be real. Think about it. You're trying to make thousands of pounds and you want it to be automatic for you as well. Come on, man. Something's got to give. Do you get what I'm saying? Something's got to give. You got to be willing to at least give 2 hours a day to this thing. Yes, you can make a bot. Yes, that can happen probably down the line with extra coding and everything. But let's just be real, man. Come on, look what I've got here. I've got people that are willing to invest like only £300. They want to make 10K a month, 5K a month. They want it to be automated as well. I'm like, what the heck? We're all adults here. We're all grown-ups here. Where do you go to where that happens in real life? Please tell me, because I'll quit trading and go there. Right now, I'll take a flight and go there. Just tell me where you can make 1,000x a month from 250. I will follow you there. I will start learning that. You understand? Like, you can't do that, people. Like, let's just, like, if it can get automated, yeah, but that's not your issue. Your issue is you can get there. All you got to do is just check what I'm saying. This is dead easy, people. It's dead easy. I kid you not. And you're going to see people that are willing to do it, are willing to say, I'm going to pay £50. And they are willing to sit down for 2 or 3 hours, maybe in a day, to do their analysis. I don't really even, I could do this all in 30 minutes, hour max on every single pair. Do you understand? Literally. And that's all good. Like, come on, I can't complain with that. And I can go and do whatever other job I want to do until it's ready. And that's why I choose to trade the higher time frames, because my moves are not going to happen as frequently. Do you understand? So I can go do anything else. If you've got a job, you can go work. You've got this. It doesn't matter if you miss a trade, because there's a trade every single week. You will see. I'm going to show you every week. I will show you these are the trades that happen. You're not missing nothing. I'm telling you. I promise you. Just believe me. Believe me. Anyway, cool. So yeah, look here. Yeah, we go to the M2, and you can see the M2 bars since the last high or lower low. So that's basically since the last high or low was made. And you can see here, it basically tells you how many bars since the last pattern that you can see the last label. So there was 7 bars here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it starts from here actually. So if it was, oh no, this is going to change to 8 when the weekly candle opens the new one. My bad. It's because the weekly candle hasn't obviously opened the new one. So it should change to 8, which will be inclusive of this one here. Yeah, so it does start from there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And this will say 8 as soon. You'll see this will change to 8 when the next weekly candle opens by market open on Sunday. So boom. So this was obviously a long weekly trend that's been happening here. So the chances of it continuing to sell, that's what this bar since last high shows you, or lower low. The chances of it continue may be weaker. So if you lost that trade, that's exactly why, because it's been trending for 7 weeks, people. Like, how much more do you want with it? You know what I mean? Eventually, it's like a staircase. Eventually, when you're walking up a staircase, you get to the top. When you're walking down a staircase, you get to the bottom. It's just what it is. You understand? And this is showing you how strong the trend can still be. So if it's 7 bars ago, that means it's happened quite a while ago. So don't expect too much. Maybe only scalp this. Don't try and day or swing trade this out. So anyway, it's the same thing here. Look, boom. So again, we have to go from here. So what is this? Here, October the 1st. Here. So you can see how this happened. So the high formed on October the 1st, right over here. That's what the candle closed right there. So the next one here, November, is good for you. So even if you did this, it doesn't even matter because it's still here, boom. And then remember, so this is why as well. Sorry, no, let me make this even more sensible for you so you can see this. Let me make it better. Again, look, even if we put our vertical line here or we put it a week after, yeah, you can already see gear 2 is not matching. This helps you. This is way better, people. Gear 2 is not matching gear 1. It's not matching. If you was to put it where it thought, it's not matching it at all. It happened way long ago. Even if you put it in this where it actually closed the candle, it's October the 1st. This happened on that week. So if you put it here, only if you put it here, then it starts to match. So you can already see this is where there's a problem. It's already showing you there's a little bit of a problem here. And that's why it trended for 7 weeks. It didn't really go up and down. It just went one way straight away. Not a problem, but you don't need to stress yourself with this trade when there's other trades that are more clear, like I've shown you previously. Yeah. So you won't even look at it like that. But okay, even if you set it up where you move these vertical lines for yourself, you can see here. So you move this one to this month, you go to the last week that was there, you're still in line here. Yeah. You're in line right now. You see gear 1, gear 2. Okay. Now you go over to here. But this is why specifically you'll notice anyone, it's trended GU, EU, and all these pairs, but I never gave them a signals because they weren't clear because they all formed from one place and just kept going in one direction. It was obviously because of the elections. That's why that happened. Boom. So I'm gonna just look at the question here. You do get your returns. Okay, cool. Would you take the weekly bars, high, low, low, as the one to look? When you say the bars, you mean, oh wait, bars, would you take weekly bars since high? Yeah, that's what I do. I adapt that into my trading as well. So obviously, if a trade said like, here, I'm looking at if they match first and they did both match, they're both sells, then I'll look how long ago this was. Do you understand? So I need to know because obviously I know that this one is more than likely 1 or 2 bars. It's very hard for price to trend like 6 bars on a monthly time frame, unless it's Bitcoin. So it's not really going to do that. Do you understand? Bitcoin or gold when there's announcement of wars, unfortunately. So most times this is only going to be 1 or 2 bars, literally, the monthly. It's a monthly chart. This one here can trend, obviously, as you can see, when there's a major news event, it can trend, or news events, it can trend longer. So there is no specific number yet. I'm still collecting the data on that. I've explained to people, but I just added it there so people can see how long ago it did appear. So you know how to be cautious, but there will be numbers that are added to the grade sheet as time goes along, but it's all data. My brain automatically picks up at the end of the week. So this pair still continued, and it was 5 bars ago on the weekly. Okay, cool, noted. How many times is that going to happen every week? How many times does that happen every month? How many times does that happen every quarter? Do you understand? And that's how I gather information in order to make all this stuff that you can see in front of you. The whole M's and W's, I've been doing this multi-time frame. I've been doing this since 2020, people. It's not something I just created overnight. I've been doing this since 2020. It's like 4 years, almost 5 years worth of stuff I've put together and to make it a certain way. All right, cool. So yeah, so you can see here that, okay, so let's just say that this trend is valid because again, we could start our vertical line from here, which we can. Boom, yeah. And then we can start this one from the last week as well. Okay. Then just to show you, even though like how simple it is and it still works and your probability is higher. Okay, now let's go to the daily chart and we need to look after the 11th of November. 11th of November is here. Oops. 11th of November is here. And then boom, here. So Monday, right here. Let's see. So Monday here, if you put your stop loss obviously here, but this was a ridiculous stop loss. This was a ridiculous. This was like, okay, this was a 10 pip stop loss. So it's like 10, 13 pips. It wasn't too crazy. Oh, what am I looking at? This is the daily chart, my bad, people. So you got me confused now. Okay, so yeah, here's the M2. Yeah, that happened after. So this is the first sell indication that happened after the 11th. Yeah, right here. It's happened there. Now let's go to the 4 hour and see what's going on. Where are we? So the 14th is gear 3. And the 14th is gear 3. Let's zoom in a bit. Let's just see, because this was actually, no, this was this last week. My bad, people. That's why I always put it on the weekend, you see. Yeah, boom. So it was the 18th is when it started. So we got to look for the 18th. Yeah. All right, yeah, the first label was there on the 21st. So look, Friday the 1st, Monday the 18th was last week. Yeah, remember the label had started from here, but this was the last week that was starting. It was from Monday the 18th, yeah. Cool. Then we've got here, even if you went from this candle, because this candle never existed, you still would have had Monday the 11th. And this is October, this is in November. Let's move this. November. Is this all the way at the end? Okay, it wasn't even all the way at the end. Let's go here. Yep, and 18th, sorry, people. Yeah. There we go. And then what do we have here? We have our daily. Look at this. On the 20th of November, we have our daily. Okay. That's even though the trend is 7. No, okay, this is why I wasn't saying 8 bars. I was thinking, remember, I had replay mode on. I didn't clock, I had replay mode on. Sorry, people. Now look, it says 8 bars here just to show you I'm not lying. It says 8 bars. Okay. All right, now look, boom. Monday is closed there. What was that? Monday the 20th. And then we go here and boom, it gave you a M1 entry on the 21st here. So your entry would have been here. So this was an E grade trade here. And you would have had a 50 pip stop loss for a 100 pip trade, 1 to 2. Just like that. Even though the weekly had been, that's how strong this is. When it lines up, like what I'm showing you, where one time frame flows from one to the other. So when you've got a match, if you can see the time frames flowing from one to the other, yeah, boom, you've got a trade set up straight away. And again, just to make it super easy for you, because I know that's the next thing people start saying, I'm confused how to put the vertical lines on the chart. That's what they're going to say, I'm confused. Just put it here on your highest time frame, put it on your most recent candle. Yeah, boom, that's formed. Obviously, if you was to change this to like the daily chart, let's just say now, you'd put it on that actual close of that candle. So obviously the M2 formed here on the daily. So you can still put it here, because even on the daily, if I move this to here, yeah, the only problem you get is if the label forms on the same day. That's why. But look here, boom, on the 21st. This is just me trying to show you the clarity of it, because you can still just do it following the pattern of the M's and W's. But look, boom, the 21st. And then there, so I don't want people to confuse themselves thinking, oh, but this was the 21st. So really, this is only when this candle closed. That's when, no, stop overcomplicating the life out of Forex. That's why I just put it there to stop the overcomplication of everything. The 20th is when this candle closed. On the 20th going into the 21st, that was there. So by the end of the 20th, it was there. So by the time the market was in the 21st and none of this was here, you would have been able to wait for this to happen and enter this trade. You see? So, boom. I think it'd probably be easier to show people like this. So just put it here. Just keep it on the label. Just keep it on the label so there's no confusion. I don't want people to say, I don't know how to draw the vertical lines. Delhi is coming next. So here, boom. Look, on the 1st of October, boom, that's when that one candle closed. On the weekly time frame, yeah, this one here closed on the 30th of September, right here. But really, because this is what the reason why that's difficult is because the 1st of October happened on a Tuesday. So the monthly candle opened in a week. Do you understand what I mean? It opened in the same week. That's why it looks like that. But really, the new month was here. So you could literally do this one here. You see, this was the next week because the month changed in the middle of a week, is what I'm trying to tell you. So that's nothing to do with Forex. That's just to do with the history of date and times, people. You understand? So that's why it looks different. You understand? Literally. So boom, if you open up this one, you can just move this one to the next one. Because that's when obviously the candle still closed and on the disappearing within that week, this was already locked in place. So look, the 7th of October. So that would only happen on the weekly when you get that shift that happens when a monthly candle opens in the middle of a new week. I want everyone to understand that. Yeah, that's why this one is back. The only reason this one is back, not ahead of the 1st of October. Clear as day what I said to you there. The only reason this is on the 30th of September is because on the monthly, the candle opened in the middle of the week. Is that clear for everyone? I just want to make sure that's clear. Yeah, can people tell me that was clear? Please tell me. Was that clear enough for people? Can you please let me know? Clear. That's the only reason why the weekly time frame is behind, because it was a crossover. Yeah. If the monthly candle opened in the new week, it wouldn't have happened like that. Do you understand? So obviously there's loads of weeks in the month where that happens. But it still doesn't matter. If you put this on the 7th of October, yeah, which is still within the closure of this candle. Remember, this is November's candle over here. You're still fine. So that's gear 2. So you've got gear 1, gear 2. And then obviously, you're looking for sales in November. So obviously, you was in this week here. So is gear 3 ahead of the 7th of October? Yes, it is. It's over here. So you can see the time frames are transitioning in the right way. Do you understand? They're transitioning. Boom, boom, boom. Do you get it? So you've got this was behind, this was the first day, this was the second day, this is the third day, which is further ahead. And here is the fourth day, which is further ahead than the third day. It's the 21st. Bob's your uncle, sell the trade. Kicks in. You see? Yeah, I know that terminology. I was driving while I was thinking of that. That's why, you know me, sometimes I'm in my car playing the music and I was driving. And I was thinking, yeah, it's like gears in an automatic car. 'Cause I've got an automatic Merc, that's what I'm driving. So I was like, yeah, it's like gears in an automatic car. It's literally shifting from one gear to the other. I was on the motorway and watching the gear shift as I was going up and down. I was like, yeah, that makes sense. That's what it is. It's literally that. So again, you can see the same thing, people. It's the same thing. Like, the same thing, time and time again. Has anyone got any questions, please? If you've got any questions, let me know. And I won't try and jump at you if you don't understand it.
To me, it's not because I do that. That's
Mr. Moneyman, Mr. Moneyman, you keep open. Mr. C. Yeah. Okay, he's making too much money now. He's partying in Dubai with his mic open. He's stunting on us people. It doesn't matter. It's the same way gears that give 4 and 5 are the higher gears for the speed to make it. Yeah, but there you go. It's the same. As long as the gears go up in transition, then you're good. You get where I'm coming from. So that's the whole logic of it, guys and girls. It's a simple setup. You understand? It looks beautiful when you have it on one chart. Trust me, I would have loved to have it all on one chart like this. Because you can't tell me this don't look beautiful, people. As an indicator that you could use to trade. Come on, guys and girls. This looks sweet. This looks sweet. This looks very, very oily. It looks very oily. Yes or no, people? What do you think? All right. So now here's the next thing I'm going to show you guys and go. So I just want to make it clear, and hopefully that's clear for everyone. Obviously, this is a Zoom call for YouTube, but all beginners that get Neo, they're going to have the Zoom call, so they're going to be able to see the gears in the market. And what I'm going to be doing is when I do have time, I'll be doing weekly analysis to say I'm looking at these pairs, looking at that pair. Okay, I think the best thing to do actually, okay, let's just explain this one first quickly. Yeah, so right now, let's start from here, the monthly time frame. Yeah, they done that. The coding's been updated, so they only form after the candle close. They don't appear while the candle's there anymore. They only appear those labels. Any one of those labels, MW, high, low, they only appear when the candle's closed now, so that you can't make a mistake. You literally have to wait for the candle close, unless you're trying to guess. But you can see on SPX, the reason why the pip count's lower on that, because I was trying to guess. SPX daily never created a high. US 100, NAS 100 basically never created a high. So it kept buying, it didn't sell. When you try and guess, you could be wrong. You got to wait. That just shows you have to wait. So I won't be giving out signals like that anymore. I won't be trying to guess. If it's not there, then I'm not trading it. I'd rather lose the trade when the signal was there and then we can just take it as a loss and try and reevaluate the loss. Literally. But they only form when the candle closes, people. They don't appear whilst the candle's moving. Managed to get that sorted with the coding. All right, cool. What do I want to do? Okay, so now let's pay attention to the trend candles because that's the latest update for Neo, as you can see here. Yeah, these trend candles, what I've done is that your highest time frame, I explained this in the video. Yeah, it's called digital rain. That's actually the green coding that appears in the matrix. It's called digital rain. It's called the digital rain, matrix digital rain. So I called it Neo digital rain. Now you can see here, boom. So on the monthly, you've got a bullish trend color, a bearish trend color, and you've got not even on the monthly, in general, on the indicator, you've got a bullish trend, bearish trend, where it shows you when a new bullish trend is formed and when a new bearish trend is formed. Like here, there's a new bearish trend with the closure of this candle on the monthly. Look what happened after, boom, two months of sales pretty much, or indecision. And then you've got a bullish closure here on the pound, and then obviously you've got a next month of buys, and then you've got a bearish, and then you've got 3 months of sells, and then you've got a bullish, and then you had a bearish, but then you had a bullish again. And this is when we took the trades, people. Remember, we took our buys on GU in this month. Yeah, and it was literally because of this that happened, boom, and then we see the buys. So obviously, let me just see the chat again. Someone left something there. When would you do analysis on all pairs before? Yeah, before the market opens on Sunday, if possible. But like I said, I won't be able to do it this Sunday. But obviously, in the chat, as every single week I've done, I'll put the trades that look like they can do a setup, and I'll pin it to the group in the VIP chat, so you can still just go there and see what pairs John saw. And you can see if you found these pairs as well over the weekend yourself. But obviously, I'll be doing Zoom calls as well, where I'll be going through the pairs eventually. Just bear with me, people. I've just had to move around a lot of stuff in my life lately. I'm telling you, it's been crazy. But I'm still here, always checking the charts. That video that I made to show you how to do this, I did it in my car, people, yesterday at 4 a.m. in the morning, 3:30 to 4 a.m. in the morning. UK time. I made a instruction tutorial on traders, so traders know how to get their charts looking like this. That's dedication there. So boom. All right, cool. So again, because it's the highest time frame, you can even just put this on chart. You don't even have to worry. You can put it on chart or monthly. Obviously, just to make it simple, I just put it on the 1 month time frame. Yeah. And this is just showing me the candles, literally how they already look. You can see all the bullish and bearish candles are pretty much it. Well, to be fair, it changes them. Actually, no, it'll be the same. Yeah, it'll be the same. Because it's obviously the monthly time frame. This is the normal candles. This is it with digital rain on. Yeah. Just looks a little bit better. Obviously, it's got the trend display. Okay. So on the highest time frame, you always want it to be the highest one. On the second, so from gear 2, so time frame 2, you want your trend candles to be on the you want it to be on the 1 month chart. So on the weekly time frame, I can see when the monthly time frame is going bearish or bullish. And look what happens here when we open up the chart. John is done a madness. He's done a madness. So this is the trade that we took here. Now you can see it from a weekly perspective. So when I saw that the weekly chart, and imagine this was before we had Neo, and we took the trade in August here. We took this buy. And imagine how that we didn't know this was a W2 when we took this trade. It's all in the group. I can show every single person. We took this. I took this on all my private accounts I manage. Took it on private accounts. Took it in so many different accounts. Gave it as a signal as well. So you can see what happened. The monthly time frame went bullish. And then what did we have? We had green candles appearing on the weekly as well, telling us, yes, it's safe even on the weekly to trade this setup. So after this, it actually appeared from here. Boom. So you can obviously see this candle. So it's already, look what's happening here, people. The monthly's gone bullish. Now you can even see prices created basically a higher low here for this long trend you can see. On the weekly as well, this is how the M's and W's are kind of working. You see it? So you can see now, boom. So this is how the continuation of the buy happened. Now when we go to here, we go to the daily time frame. What do we have here on the daily time frame, guys and girls? We go here. Now the daily time frame is showing the weekly chart. So I can see what's going on a daily. So now even from a daily perspective, I can see that the weekly is now bullish or bearish. Let's go to that time there, which was August. Look here. So obviously this is the weekly. So it told me that the weekly is looking for buys here. This is literally when we took it. We took the trade on the Tuesday when it broke the turncoat on the old Neo. Literally, we took it from there. So you can see, and this was the buys that happened. So you can see, look at the flow. Can you see the flow as well? Think of it the same as the gears that I just explained to you. But now you're seeing it also with the trend candles as well. Yeah. So now we can see, boom, we can see the setup happening. Even here, if we go to the last sell that I was talking about, we'll show that one after. Yeah. So let's go to the 4 hour. And now on the 4 hour chart, we can see the daily trend. If we go to Neo Rain, this is set to the daily time frame. You see? So now, even on the 4 hour chart, I can see the daily trend. And why does that work perfectly for me? Okay, I'll tell you why it works perfectly for me. This candle hasn't closed yet, that's why it's not gray. This one would be a dark gray color if the candle had closed, but obviously this is the start. And because this candle hasn't closed yet, that's why it's not a dark gray color. You see, everyone that's closed, everywhere else, it's a dark gray color after the light gray color. So we can see that we're obviously bearish on the monthly for the trend. So it's already, I can already see straight away, as long as I've got my M's, my W's, I can see as well, the candle's physically telling me sell. I can see here on the weekly, the candles are telling me sell, sell. I can see here on the daily as well, when I look, it's telling me sell. I can tell here, yeah, on the 4 hour chart as well. Yeah, don't sell this M2 up here, even though this was a better entry. Don't sell this one, yeah? Just wait for this one. Sell. You understand? Every single chart here, every single chart was in a sell color, had the labels as well. Every single structural since the last high or low was also either a higher high or not. You see, so the only last thing is the EMA trend. You get it, and I'll explain that one after. But this is why there's scalp trades, day trades, and swing trades. But you can see it, people. Can you see how the picture is all lining up together? Do you understand? At the same time, you're going to have your gear 1, gear 2, gear 3, gear 4, yeah? So your time frames are flowing. You're also at the same time going to have all the trend candles because of the settings I've given you for them. The monthly on the monthly, the weekly on the monthly chart for the trend candles, the daily on the weekly chart, the 4-hour on the daily chart. Your candles are also going to be telling you, sell. Do you understand? Literally. If it don't look like that, guess what? What are you going to do? If it doesn't look consistent like that, what are you going to do, people? What are you going to do if it doesn't look consistent like that? Please, somebody mention it to me. What are you going to do? There you go. There you go. Why are you going to enter the trade? Because I guarantee you 8 to 9 out of 10 times, if you wait for all that consistency, you're going to win. That's it, literally. And you know how I've done this, the best way of avoiding any losses? I lower my risk, I trade with no stop loss. But that's for even if you don't do that, some people are not comfortable with that, fine. But then in a week, for me, I could win 5 trades like that. But in that week, you might lose 2 and win 3. You're still profitable, even if you trade with a stop loss. Do you get my point? It doesn't matter if I win 5. I might win 5, but come out the trade earlier. You might use a stop loss, lose 2, but then make a bigger reward ratio than me. That's down to the individual. There is no specific way. That's why when people tell me how much you need to risk, where do you put your stop loss? Where do you put your take profit? It's what you want, really and truly. If you make £1 every single day for, let's just say, 1,000,000 days in for us, you're still a millionaire. Do you understand? Just because I can do it maybe in 3 months, or maybe I do it big bits, but I lose money as well, and I do it over 2,000,000 days. Who was really in a wrong or right race? Nobody was. Do you get it? Forex is what you want it to be, people. It's not what people tell you it must. The only thing that you need help with is your strategy. And that's what I'm giving you here. This indicator is easy as day for you to use a strategy. Can we check something using the trend candles on the daily where the 1 minute was on the trade on the 4-hour? All right, mate, no problem. So this is already set to the daily, so I don't even need to change the trend candles. I just have to go to the 1 minute chart. The vertical line should be there. But can you see on the 1 minute chart, because we're on a daily trend, all the candles are bearish. So if you had any indicator that shows you extreme highs and lows on the 1 minute chart with Neo, you'd have been able to find these. Look at this. This was a mad trade. Look, I'm going to even just do this quickly while we're here, just to show you. Let's see what this was here. So if you're using 4 different time frames, what was that move? Let's see if that was a high or a low. Right here. There you go. It was an M1 and the M2 was here. So if you had an M2 here, let's just do this quickly. And you had a time frame sync. Where is it here? Boom. You had a 10 pip stop loss. Yeah, and then boom. You had a 4-hour trade, only catching 40 pips with like an 8 pip stop loss. This is the power we're on when you start using it. The only thing I don't like on a 1 minute time frame sometimes is that obviously price will jump. But I've already explained that before in a previous Zoom as well. Price will make certain candles, indecision candles, gap candles, and things like that, dojis. Sometimes there's candles with literally no wick. It can't, Neo or any indicator out there, I've explained it, it can't read that candle because it can only read data. It's imagine the coding says, if body of candle is so-and-so or whatever, or wick, yeah, do this. That's what coding is set up to do, regardless of the indicator you make, yeah. How is it going to do that if there is no body of a candle, if there's a massive gap? It can't do that. So you can test any indicator, you're going to find there's going to be inconsistencies sometimes when that happens. But this is why I tell you to use 4 time frames, don't just use 1. So even if you see like the jump from here to here, you're using 1 time frame, well, that's your problem as a trader. If you use 4 time frames, it's not doing this jump on 4 time frames. Do you understand? So you're still going to be in the right trade if you're using 4 time frames. So this is what I try to explain to people. If you use multiple time frames, you'll be fine. But basically, the issue happens because brokers are trying to get data from the market. So we're the third people, we could even be lower than that on the list, that's receiving information. So it's got to go from the financial markets to the brokerage to us. But it might even be going from the financial markets to the brokerage to TradingView, then to us. You understand? So that's where there could be inconsistencies. Between that, the ping we're getting to the market, anywhere there could be an inconsistency. So that's why sometimes you might see a jump. And again, I made sure by testing different indicators as well, not even Neo, and the same thing can occur. Do you understand? There's not really much you can do about that, unfortunately. No, you can use the 1 minute chart, but like I said, as long as you're using the other time frames as well, you're fine. Pay attention to the other time frames. But let's go to that trade anyway, so we're done. Okay, where is it? Oh my days, the 1 minute chart. So 1 minute, so 1 minute. So 1 minute. Yeah, for days. You can use the 15 minute, but you've got to use 4 time frames. That's all I'm saying. Oh no, don't do that. Don't do that. Go back. There you go. Boom. All right, let's do this. This was the low that it went to. So let's put this here. But can you see how the candles are all telling you so? Because the daily's in a daily trend. And look here. I can't make this up, people. I've not used the 1 minute time frame. Look. Like, if this is not enough for you to spend £50 to purchase Neo, if you watch this video, I don't know what else is. I don't know what people want me to make here for them. Like I said, that's why I laughed at the question when you said, could it automatically do this or put one button? It's like, come on, people. Like, look, even if you go down to the 1 minute, so let's say you were trading like the 1 minute, I don't know, the 15 minute, the 30 minute, and the 1 hour, let's just say. There was your 1 minute entry. It was ridiculous. And that was what? How much risk to reward was this trade? This was a 7-hour trade in how many minutes? 40. In about 40 minutes, you had a 7-hour trade. So under an hour. That was where the daily M1 was. No, this is where the 4-hour M1 was. This is where the 4-hour, the 4-hour M1 was here, boom. And there was an M2 entry here. So instead of it being instead of you getting in on a closure of the 4-hour candle, where it closed, it started from here basically and closed obviously 4 hours later. Instead of you getting in from here and waiting, yeah, you would have been able to get in from here if you used a 1 minute entry. Obviously, we all know that's why you can go down time frames. So if that 1 minute M2 was, let's say, at a later position, that's still, I don't know, it was up to you if it was a good trade. I don't use the 1 minute chart, that's first and foremost, I'll be honest with you, but I'll just tell you, you have to go and check these things, people. Like I'm telling you, you got to remember, I can't trade the way people want me to trade. I trade the way I want to trade. And I say that respectfully, I'm not saying it in a bad way. So I've told you how it works using my time frames. Omar joined the group in 2 weeks. I told him, don't scalp. Swing, just hear what I'm saying. Just hear what I'm saying. I told him, don't scalp. Within the first hour of getting Neo, he already started scalping with it. And it started working out with him. It started working out for him. Sorry, it started working out for him. Literally. And now he's made $500 to $3,000 testing Neo. Do you understand? Testing Neo. This is someone that's never used the product before. All he's doing is listening to what Andy just said there. Follow the time frames. Because what you're asking me to do is, oh, but if that would be there and that would there, I haven't even just put it on the chart yet. If you was to go to it, do you get what I'm saying, and change all these time frames, you can just do it for the last of it, just so I don't want to be a person that just talks. Yeah. All right, cool. Yeah, boom. Let's do a 5 minute here. Let's do a 15 minute here, and let's do a 30 minute here. Let's just do that. 1, 5, 15, 30. Okay. Let's see. Here it's matching. That's hilarious, though. But before anything, that was hilarious. That's why I was saying. I was like, that would be funny. But look here. If we go here, let's go to the actual trade itself, the entry there for this one. So boom. Let's just see. Here, boom. Okay. Let's see. So here we can already see that this time frame isn't matching the 5-minute chart. And here you've got a low as well. You see? So what you want to do is obviously go through them. But if you just do this, here's where the low was. Let's go to the highest time frame first. So if you see on the highest time frame, you're in a low, you're not in a high. So this is already an incorrect trade from there. You would be able to go to a different point and find a better trade. Do you understand? So let's do this. So let's do from this last M1 here on the higher time frame. So this was the 21st. Let's just mark it out. And the 21st, they did 21st, yeah? And let's go Thursday the 21st. Where are we? So I need to do here Thursday the 21st. And that was at 3 o'clock. This was at 3:15, yeah? Let's just see this one here. Boom, boom, boom. Just trying to see. 3:15, and then we want anything after 3:15. Yep, so boom, there you go, 3:20. So here, the next candle, let's do it from here so you can see it there. Boom, 3:20. And what was 3:20? See that candle there. Boom, boom, boom. Let's see. So the only one I would say you would see here is right here. Boom. So if you had this M1 entry, the most you would have gotten this is a little bit of a scalp here. Right here on this one right here, you would have got this one, either this M1 or this M2. When this candle opened, it opened and it went bearish first before going out to stop you out. So it's this one here. So you would have had a 2 pip stop loss. Yeah, pretty much 3 pip stop loss. And you would have had like a 5 or let's say a 4 to, let's say you would have had like a 6 R trade. Sorry, a 6 pip TP. So you would have had like a 2.23 3 R trade setup. That's what you would have made if you was doing something like that. And again, remember people, you're scalping. That one could have been 6 pips or a loss. That's fine. But when you match up to the next one, which was like here. So let's just do this. That's the specific reason I don't scalp, because of what you just saw there. But again, it doesn't matter. If you're comfortable with doing that, you're comfortable with doing that. Let's go here. Here. So look, we've got this one here. This was the last high because this high's only just closed now. So let's go here. And one, where's that? And that was at 19:30. And then you even had one here as well. So on the candle closure of here, boom, yeah, which is 19:45 on the Friday. What is it, 19:45? 19:45, what comes on the 19:45? Let's see. There you go, boom, 19:50 here. Now, if your stop loss was above this high here, there's other methods that we can do. Oh yeah, that's what I wanted to show you, the support and resistance after. There's other methods, but again, if you put your entry here, one of the major reasons I don't use the 1 minute, as you can see, you just get stopped out for like no reason. There, but boy, each to their own, people. Yeah, well, you can see here, obviously that candle went up. This one here would have stopped you out, but look, you can see where your entry was. And that would have got you another, like, it's like a 6 pip move. You understand here? So I wouldn't have done that. And again, that could be happening because my highest time frame, I can see what's happening here. You can still see you can get trades, but obviously the lower you go, the smaller the trade is. But if you actually start to do something better, what's going on? Don't put that on a, because the Omar, the one that's making money for trading, the lowest he goes here is a 4-hour chart. He doesn't trade 30 minutes, that's the highest time frame. There's no need for that. That's what I'm trying to tell you, people. There's no need, because you can still make this money from a monthly being your highest. So I'm saying there's no need to go that low. So he does 4-hour, I believe it's 4-hour, 1 hour, 30-minute, and he does 5-minute entries. He don't even do 1 minute entries. He does 5-minute entries. You see? So I would suggest staying away from the 1 minute as much as possible, but sorting it out, I don't think it's worth it. But yes, you can use Neo on lower time frames, but obviously the lower you go, the more you've got to be willing to lose before you get your big trade. So you might lose 4 trades in a row, but then get one big winner that gives you so obviously you're going to catch the highest point or the lowest point on that big trade. I might be going for 100 pips on my trade, and I got that on a swing trade. But if you manage to catch that from a 1 minute entry, you get like a 1 to 35 R. Do you understand? So it doesn't matter if you lost 4, 5, 6 trades prior, because when the 1 to 30, 1 to 20 R comes in, you make money. So it's down to the individual. I can't just be bothered to do all of that. There's more than enough trades traded a monthly, weekly, daily, 4 hour. You can make more than enough money as well. I've flipped accounts from £50 to £2,000, £3,000. Do you understand? Like trading up from a monthly time frame view. So there's no point, is what I'm trying to tell you. But it's obviously each to their own, innit? You get. But if you want to have fun with it, have fun. So, is there any other questions based on anything there? Well, like I said, it doesn't make sense you even going at like 1 minute 15, 5 and all of that. It doesn't make sense. But if you want to have fun and you figure out a way to do it, let me know. I'm not going to criticize you. But you definitely can do it. You're going to get one big trade that will account for any of those losses you see. Any other questions there? All right. So let's flip this back up to what we were doing here. 1 month, day, 1 week, day. Cool. All right. So the last thing, the other thing that I would say here, just for Zoom call people, this is beautiful. The neo-dynamic support and resistance. Okay, boom. So you can switch on the neo-dynamic support and resistance, and I put this on all time frames after I've done my analysis, and it just helps me see what's going on in the market. So again, the day that you could have sold GBP USD, I always tell people the main reason I created is having 6 months worth of data, if not more, of the support and resistance free. That's on the Neo MT4 version. You know, the new zones that everybody that had lifetime access to MT4 Neo, they have those zones in there as well. So they can use these on that if they don't have TradingView. They pay, this is why I made it lifetime access for them. They still have a very good product there on MT4 as well. So I've moved over to TradingView because everybody can use it rather than selective people because that can't use MT4. But you can see here, look, this arrow appears on the day of the trade. It doesn't appear when this closes. So on this day, it was giving you the indication. Plus, we already knew from everything else that we marked out over here as well that price action could sell. And if you pay attention to this really here, look here, we're in a monthly one because you look, the candle on the monthly is opened. It's not closed yet. And look, the arrow's there. So we're in a monthly sell. That's how you would have even known that it was going to keep selling. What do you call it? GBP USD from this week here. Look, boom, you would have known it was because this appeared there. Then you also had a weekly one here. That was the last one that appeared here, up here. So you can see you've got resistance push down on the monthly, the weekly. You just had a recent one on the daily for this week. And on the 4 hour, you even had one here, which was a retest. So you had a retest here, but this isn't the best one because I like fresh ones when they just appear like this one here is fresh. So this 4 hour one's old because there was obviously a buy zone here. The arrows stay there as well, so you know when they formed. So you can see it formed here. There was a support that formed here, but obviously it got broken. There's another support here. This is the 4 hour chart. I don't really use the 4 hour ones, too tough. I prefer to use daily or going up, but I mainly always use, like pretty much always use just the daily. So any pair that's daily in a trend, I'll take that. That's what I want. So it's got the daily resistance. That's what I mean, by the way. So that's what I like to use. And that's exactly it. So NZD CAD is the trade we traded. And if you pay attention to it, we had this one here. So really our entry was from here the previous week. What we took was just a re-entry of that same resistance sell. And this is why we took this trade. We had that, look at this. So we had the monthly M2. Yeah, boom. You can see even as a monthly push. I told all the people in the group, I was like, hey, the monthly's got a resistance as well. So this could push. So we had this. And then obviously we have gear 1 lining up. We have gear 2 here. So you can see November the 4th. We have gear 3 here, November the 18th. Yeah. And then we have gear 4 here, Wednesday. The what? Wednesday the 20th. Look at the gears. Friday, 1st of November. Monday, 4th of November. Monday, 18th of November. Wednesday, 20th of November. Gear 1, gear 2, gear 3, gear 4. Enter the trade. I didn't want to trade. Neil told me to take the trade, so I took the trade, man. I took the trade, and that's what happened. I kid you not. And then if you just replay it to here, you'll see the dashboard all lines up as well. So look at all of the 4 tables. Let me go here. So the M2 just appeared. Obviously, as soon as this candle closed, you had your M2. You had the M2 on the 4-hour, daily M1. It's an M2 on the monthly continuation. That's probably why it did a big move as well, because it's an M2. When you get M2s and W2s on the monthly, especially on the weekly as well, those are big trades. You understand? And there, boom, boom. So you can see all of them, just so you can see this one clear. So yeah, that's pretty much everything, people. You know, obviously I try not to make it as long as possible, but the main thing is why I set out the charts like this, and that's at the beginning of the Zoom call. As I can see, even people fell off from the end of this one, probably busy or whatever as well, but hopefully it's not laziness. But that's what it is. You can see everything. So I've explained exactly how to trade this 4-candle layout using the gears on a car. You want to just make sure that the labels you're looking at, time and date wise, make it easier for you. Time and date wise is coming one after the other. So therefore you can see that they're shifting the gears in the market to give you a trade. You don't want them to be the wrong way around, because if they are, then that's why you're having an issue sometimes in your trades, because it's not ready. Yeah. And then what you see here, sorry, is that you see when I took this entry, the EMA trend, this is what I'm looking for as well. So my main things is looking for this, but let's just say I've got all this. Let me do this so it doesn't become confusing for anybody here. Boom, boom, boom. When I take my swing trades, I want everything to line up. Look at this. So we've got this one 1 bar ago. So that's still fresh. 1 or 2 bars would have been nice for me, but this 1 bar ago, fresh, yeah? The weekly, yeah, obviously this was the 2nd week, but we still took this sell in the 1st week, which we could have held. We could just held it from the 1st week. But like, when we held it, it was 1 bar ago. But now you can see the weekly is saying 2 bars ago, still fresh, yeah? You can see that. So we've got M1 and 2 bars ago, yeah? We can even see, sorry, here, I skipped past this one. We can see, look, M2, 1 bar ago, and the monthly EMA trend is bearish. M1, 2 bars ago, high, and the weekly EMA trend is bearish. We can see here on the daily now. Now we've even got 4 confluences on the daily. We've got M1 2 bars ago on the daily, yeah, from our entry. Where is it? Yeah, 2 bars ago on the daily from our entry. Cool, nice. The 50 EMA trend on the daily is bearish. And on top of that, we have our resistance zone that was here from our first original entry, because we entered on the Tuesday when it did this push down. So that's the same trade continuation. Boom, you can even see it. High, lower high. Oh, beautiful. Yeah, and then we go to the 4-hour. What do we have here? We have, let's move this over here so you can see it better. We have our M2 sell 1 bar ago, fresh M2 4-hour as well. 50 EMA trend bearish. What is that telling you to do, guys and girls? What is it telling you to do? Who's still here with me? What is that? What did that tell you to do? Simple. Anybody else? Yeah, I didn't even add the EMA candles to it. I mean, the trend candles to it. Look at the trend candles. Bearish, 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 bearish. What else was there for me to do? There was like a 99% chance that this was going to sell some type of pips, and the strength of the pips could have even been mad, which it was. It's like a 100-pip trade. There you go. And this was the same exact trade that Alex FG picked up. So this is why I said I'm going to make the YouTube series to show people how to spot other people's trading strategies, but you can even pinpoint, hopefully, the better trades that they take. Because every trader is going to have their better trades and their weaker trades. And you can actually, so imagine if you was in any group, yeah, people understand this, imagine you're in any group, you would be able to see, yeah, and when they release their signals or whatever, if it's a good trade or not. Do you understand? Literally. So when they have their best setups, because Neo also lines up as well, and they're giving you the signal, yeah, you're going to be able to get in. I can't understand why nobody would have this. It doesn't matter what you trade. Let's even just do this quickly, just to show you. Boom. So give me a second, people. I'm just going to stop the share. This will be the last thing I do, just to show you this. So, cool. Let's go back here. Thank you for staying with me, who managed to. I know you was tired, Andy. Thank you. All right, look at this. So this is Lux Algo smart money concept, yeah. And I'm going to switch it on. And look at this now. So look what happened here. Let's see, this is a monthly time frame, so it might be a bit more difficult. Okay, yeah, here, boom. Look, this is a perfect example of this. Look. So what did we get? We got a broker structure. We had a break of structure here, bearish on the monthly. Yeah. We had a low. We had this. Then we had an M2 and a price action sold for 600 pips on the retest of the supply from an M2. Can you see? You had price action go up here. Now you know. That's what I'm trying to say. Do you see what I'm trying to tell people? Like, I cannot understand why no one will purchase an indicator, like, if they're trading anything, is what I'm saying. Obviously, people are buying it, but I'm like, if you're hesitating and you've watched my video, I'm going to level with you. It might sound rude. I just think you're a crazy person. Like, because I'm saying it like, come on. What more do you want me to show you? Look, here, M1 on here. So you know, oh yeah, boom, it's created a high. So look how many pips that was from that supply. You can keep going, you know? Boom, boom, boom. So you knew that, okay, when this one happened, this one never touched, this one happened here. This one wasn't an M1 on the supply. This one was touched this level, but then there's an M2 here. So even this one, you could have said, no, that didn't touch the supply and then create an M1. So no, I'm not going to trade it. Let's see if we go to the weekly chart quickly. Let's do this because I don't want to do that. Actually, no, I don't have it on any other chart, do I? Yeah, that's just bad. Just do this. Do the trend candle is cool. All right, let's go here. Let's look at the buy setup. So look, this is when it created the breakup structure here. Nope, you don't trade, don't trade, don't trade, don't trade. M1, W1 closure. Look at the buy trade you caught from here with supply and demand. Well, obviously I can get the pips if I do this. So, come on. That was a 400 pip buy trade. Do you get my point, people, when I say it? You can do it many, many different ways. Many, 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 many different ways. That's what I'm trying to tell you. This is Lux Algo. But the reason why I don't like this is because it's showing you break instructions and change of characters in incorrect places. That's why I'll be honest with you. And that's not to knock their system. Everyone's got their own mathematical equation. But what I've done shows you break of structures very well. Very well. I tell you that. And I've taught you all how to do it as well on YouTube, in a YouTube video. Trust me. It's when it's showing you the break of structure and change of characters like this, is missing a lot of them. There's many breaks of structures happening in here, not just that change of character up there. Do you get it? So I'm not trying to fault them, but I think it's showing you ones that are way. That's why I never used it. You never saw me promoting it or using it that way, because it was missing the ideals of everything that I could see. The most I could say is that maybe if you wait for a liquidity sweep and then you take it. But yeah, it's just adding too much. Like when you use it with Neo now, look how simple it is though. Okay, yes, now they had a break of or change of character here, but then when it bounces, but you don't touch this trade. As they teach you, supply, you're supposed to touch it. And then look, you had a W1 there and then buy. Simple. Do you get it? So that's the thing. Look, change of character here, boom. Touched it, M1, sell. Boom. You see? So even if you just wanted to trade, if you really wanted to be lazy and you just wanted to trade higher time frames and you didn't really care about all the noise of the industry, you just get in there, put it here, you know, for the big boy traders, and then you just hold it. Just hold it until you get a new break of structure in another direction. So maybe you come out of this trade with less money because there was in a break of structure somewhere, or maybe you come out with whatever you want. Just do stuff like that. Do you understand? That's whatever you want to make here. But yeah, simple as day, people, I kid you not. So you can do that. So you can just try it with any other indicator. This is smart money concepts indicator, Lux Algo, by the way. I know you asked the question, but that's what it is. Smart money concept. It's the biggest indicator I'd say that's out in TradingView. It's got like 50,000 likes. So it's the biggest one I've ever seen. They're very good at their marketing stuff. So the indicator looks very cool. It's got a lot of stuff in there. But like I said, there's inconsistencies I don't like for me. And that's what I said. One of them was the break of structures. It's not showing you internal breaks of structure in the market. That's why there's breaks of structure that happen everywhere. And that's not just the only one that you're seeing here or this one up here. These are like the strong highest points. But look, if you got in after this break of structure, you understand? So that could confuse some traders as well. Even though I know there's a whole method to it, you gotta wait for liquidity, a supply demand retest. I know there's a whole logic to it. So again, I'm not trying to put down the indicator. It's a very, very coded very, very well as well. Coded very, very well. Indicators, very good indicator. But for me, it just didn't work out for me because those things that I wanted to see more of, one of them being the M's and W's, as you can see, and it wasn't picking that up for me. So, you know, each to their own. There's even other ones here. Boom, hold on 1 second. Let me show you this while we're still here. Give me a second, people. Show you this. You'll find this indicator funny. Trust me, people, I've been there. I'm an investor when it comes to this stuff. I don't just do stuff for no reason. Yeah, check. You're gonna feel, what the hell is this? I'm gonna show you this one. Boom, 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 boom. Look at this one, guys and girls. Never seen this indicator before, have you? Now, this is a harmonic pattern indicator, which reads harmonics. I haven't even gone through the back testing with this yet. It's something I could do. So this one is allegedly supposed to pick up harmonic pattern detection. This was like a £600 indicator. I bought it for lifetime access. Do you see it? So it picks up harmonic patterns when they come, and it tells you the projected area based on the Fibonacci levels, obviously where it could be. So it's telling you the projected area you want price to go into is up here, and this is where you want it to sell from. So when it gets up to here, but now look, if you use it with Neo, what appeared here before the sell when it almost got to this area? What appeared here, people? Like I'm telling you, people don't understand. I'm gonna keep telling them. I'm gonna keep telling you time and time again. You see what I'm saying? You see how this goes? You see? You can trade anything with this. People are worried too much. Just follow what I've explained to you. You understand? At that point, time frames probably match. So again, you have to do the testing and playing with it. But you can know these things. But yeah, this is a harmonic indicator, people. It's crazy, crazy. So one thing I noticed with harmonics is they're catching reversals. Harmonics don't catch new trends. They catch reversals more 90% of the time. So that's the problem with it. So when they're catching reversals, look, it was in a mad downtrend, then the harmonic reversed on the D, it reversed, you see. So obviously, if you're doing that, you're not in the right place, you're going to be in a problem. But let's do this quickly. This is how I do stuff, people. Look what I'm doing now. I just do this crap. I'll do this and then I'll figure stuff out. Do you get it? Look, it was a monthly low, a weekly low. Yeah, boom. So when that locked in, that told you that this harmonic has more than likely locked in place from here. But again, that's no good because you want it in this projected zone. Because again, you could have thought it would have locked in from here maybe. If it did appear there, I don't know if the harmonic did. But look, when the W2, if you wait, so this is what I'm saying, this is how you learn things. You can see, boom, wait. Oh, so when a harmonic appears, even if it's not in the projected zone, when a W2 appears with Neo, then take my harmonic. And then, do you get what I'm saying? Like, those are the things, but that's a whole new strategy. But again, some people are happy with trading harmonics. Some people are happy with trading Fibonacci levels. Do you understand? So you can do many things. You can trade Fibonacci's and still use Neo. It's just whatever you want to do. But the whole point of it is at least you know where the M's and the W's are in the market. So I'm trying to tell you. That's why Neo's so cool. You can adapt it how you want to. It's like literally now you can see the skeleton of the market. And if I take off the candles, boom, not icon issues. If I take off the candles and then take off this indicator, W5 harmonics, boom. Now, as you see, now all you can see, obviously the other color is a bit darker, but you can see all of the patterns. You can see the M's and the W's. You can see the M, you can see the W. You see, boom, boom, boom. You see what I'm saying, people? You start to see the pattern, basically, is what I'm trying to tell you. And sometimes W's look like this as well. This is where people get confused. See, this is still a W, even though it started from up here. And this is an M, even though it's going upwards. But that's why it's so cool. So at least you can see all these things now. But yeah. All right, I'll leave it there, people, anyway. Leave it there. Obviously, it's like another hour and a half. I want to make it short, but yeah, like I said at the beginning of the Zoom, it shows you everything you need to know about the new strategy, and it's exactly how I'm going to analyze the market this week. And look for trade setups. I've already given people CAD JPY. It's ready. AD New Zealand could buy as well next week. It's no problem at all, people. But this is the easiest strategy you're ever going to get. Mango. Who's Mango in here as well? You've asked me a lot of questions, but I don't know if you've purchased Neo, Mango. I see you. If you haven't purchased Neo yet, stop being sheep, man. Purchase it. Purchase it. yeah, you Mango. You keep coming in here asking 500 questions. Stop running. Stop running. Stop running, Mango. Get yourself Neo. Go. I'm telling you, just drop what you can, mate. Drop what you can with your 50 GBP. Try it, man. I think you do message me in time to time in Discord. You do. Stop trying to figure it all out. Just purchase it and be fine. You learn so much more because there's a whole VIP chat. Do you get me? Yeah, no problem. No problem. When you do what you do on eBay, I get it. No problem. Okay, no problem, Mango. Obviously, everyone's got their own stuff they're doing as well. I completely appreciate that. So, but yeah, you need to get it though, because yeah, I'm telling you, we turned in that same £50 into in 1 month into $1,000 flip. That's way more than 5x. That's way more than 5x, mate. Go on. You thinking there will be trades? There's going to be trades all throughout. I said it many times, Christmas doesn't stall the market, mate. Look, it's Christmas. Yeah, look, this is the whole of December here on the weekly chart. It started from here, December pretty much. Look, there was still a sell trade all the way into January. There was a sell trade here. This is AUD Swiss franc. This is AUD Swiss franc, mate. There was a sell trade. So the majors are, mate, there's a trade. The only days that won't be traded is Boxing Day, Christmas Day, and New Year's Day. Those 3 days. Every other day there's a trade. Neo will give you a trade all the way up. He's going to give you a trade every week, apart from the major days like that, obviously. Do you understand? I'm telling you, there's a trade. Summer, whatever. Yeah, they're global bank holiday, so there's nothing you can do about that. Do you understand? But there's a trade every single week in this market with Neo. And all you have to do is wait for the year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4, enter the trade. If you do that with 5 trades that have appeared in a week, I guarantee you will not lose all those trades. I guarantee you. That's a fact. All right. Go. All right, people. Let's leave it there. I'll see you later, people. Speak to you later.